Hello, hello, it's Kevin here. Early on Sunday, making a video for you. Anyway, first things first, disclaimer, copyright, fair use, teaching, you know the score. I say it every time. So, Cambridge 9, yeah? Test number 1, the 2 maps showing the island. Before and after construction of tourist facilities. Okay, so pretty straightforward. We just have to compare before and afterwards. Well, as we can see, let me just have a drink. We can see before, empty island. Afterwards, there's been some buildings, and that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. It's not the most taxing task for you. So we'll take a look at mine first, 176 words. 2 maps depict an island. Before and after it was developed for tourism. Like I keep saying, sentence 1, do it in a minute. Don't need to say much. Overview. Now, overall, it's pretty obvious what the main features of this particular map are. On the first map, there's nothing. On the second map, there's something. So this one's pretty easy. I mean, you know. So, overall, it can be seen considerable developments taking place. Island was completely untouched, 250 metres long, palms and trees on the beach. However, after development, many tourist facilities have been added, such as a hotel and a pier. What is most noticeable is the restaurant reception areas built in the centre of the island, flanked by accommodation huts, 6 to the west, 9 to the east. Another feature is a pier on the south side of the island, which allows yacht access to the resort. The pier is in turn joined to the central reception area by an access road. Interestingly, eastern side unchanged, still with palm trees. So I'm looking at, yeah. So depending on how you're watching this, so east, west, for me. Original palm trees, similar to the western tip, where the beach also remains as was, but is currently used for swimming. So this is one of the simplest of the tasks, really. This is one of the simplest of the maps. Before, there's nothing, and afterwards, you've got this. I just put final paragraph 4. What's unchanged. So, because I keep saying, you need a logic, yeah? What's the biggest, what's the smallest, what's the most obvious? I do that first, and then at the end, what's unchanged, what's, so. There's nothing to say. This is one of the easiest ones, so really, you should be able to get this one, okay? Now, I'll leave it there. Now, no, I'll discard that. Now, right, I've got 5 responses here from my group on Telegram, IELTS9PRO. Okay, so wherever you are watching this now, whether on YouTube, on my channel, English Native, whether on Parat, IELTS9 Pro, or on Telegram, okay? So, as I keep saying, well, whether you have seen me before or not, if you haven't, we're running down every single Cambridge academic writing task, okay? From 17 down to number 1. Actually, 18 is currently out, so we'll be looking at that after this one, after we finish with Cambridge 9, because I just got hold of a copy of Cambridge 18 just this week, so I'll be having a look at that. So we did 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. This is the first one from Cambridge number 9 of the previous papers. Writing task number 1. Okay, we've already done most of the essays. If you look at my channel and Parat, and we're on Instagram also, IELTS9 Pro, there's a lot of videos there for the essay tasks. Okay, now, before I started recording, I had a quick look through. Usually when I'm making a video, I don't have these at time because I'm doing it kind of of live reading it at the same time as commenting, right? But I thought, right, because I have a bit of time, I'll put some of the changes on first, because I don't always put all the changes on. So I looked at the text first, and I've made a couple of comments. This file will be available on in the group on Telegram for those who did send their responses. So I'll talk you through it, and you can read it. So the maps below represent the changes in an island. Now, residential, I wouldn't use that word. That means where people reside or live. So my area is residential. It's got houses and flats where people live. Tourist, recreational stuff, that's short-term stay. They don't reside there, so don't use residential. We've got the eastern part, beach and some trees. Now, residing trees? Okay. And also verbs, right? So there's lots of present simple. There are, so it were constructed, were built, have been erected. Okay. Then you've got, in the past, the central and west parts of the island were empty, right? Because, central west part, that's kind of two. So residential, again, but with 9 houses are constructed. Yeah? Similar to the one in the east, but with 9 houses, what? But with 9 houses, and then there's a comma, are constructed. So residential, I won't use that. To southernmost border, okay. So that's 223 words, so not too bad. But you just have to watch use of residential, residing trees. Okay. Next one here, that's right. So this is too short, 148 words. Oh, I misspelled that. Okay. So, right, we've got at the top. At the top of a map. So in the first map, in the top map, while at the down map, you mean at the at the bottom. So you've got up, down, top, and bottom. At the top of a map, or in the first map, or top map, we can see the island is empty of recreation centres. Well, yeah, because it's an empty island. So of course it's empty. There's nothing there, and there are just some trees. We can see now high as an adjective. What do you mean? High quality, but unless you're on the island and you can see them, how do you know this? Are they 5-star, 4-star, 3-star? They might be crap. So I wouldn't really use that. Now, entering tourists. Now, who's entering so before tourists arrive, or before tourists came, yeah? This island was a pristine area, and there were some trees and a beach. At second map, some buildings are made in the centre, recreation centres, and visiting tourists entering. So, 138 words. Too short. We can see. The maps depict the changes of an island from the renovation. Okay, that's good. Also good. Now, the reason I put that is, where do you get that from? Where does it say that? Minimizing the impact. So that's really a supposition on the part of the author. And I don't like it if you do that, because you can't prove that. So don't say, don't put opinions or suppositions as to why you think something is. Just, we can see that, that's changed, that's not changed. Know why it might have changed, right? Predominantly because with trees now, sparsely populated. Now, I put that, well, it wasn't actually populated by anybody. That's why I say populated by whom. It was an empty island. Populated, so you got predominantly covered with trees, yeah, and sparsely, well, it was totally unpopulated. There was nobody there. New facilities. And you've put this here about without damaging the trees and plants. Really? Okay. But still, 138 words. That's a bit short. Provide the maps so some attractions were built. And you've got this while the trees were not cut down. Okay. To begin with, the island did not... Well, yeah, because it was an empty island. That's basically why, right? Right. And the island itself was surrounded by the sea, as islands usually are, which was useless. The sea, now, I think it might mean, unused, as in there was nobody to use it. It wasn't useless, as in the sea had no function. I'm sure the sea does have many functions. Just it was unused by tourists. It wasn't useless. And nobody swam in the sea. Well, yeah, because there was nobody there. So, remained unused, not useless. That tourists didn't tend, because it was an empty island. Tourists didn't go there. So, tourists can stay if they wish. Constructed, so we've got a couple of verbs there. So they can distinguish whether they need to go on foot or by car. Well, the island, what is it, like 250 meters long? 100 meters? I mean, why would you need the car? Look at the size of it. It's like 250 meters? Anyway, so I won't really put that because, again, it's supposition. Okay? And I think this is the final one here, 161 words. Now, I commented, this word, it means registering strong emotion. It vividly illustrates with some emotional content, some strong emotional depth. But does this map, does it really produce a strong emotional content when you see it? Is that what it's doing? So I wouldn't use that particular adverb. I wouldn't use it. So in an overall look, so either from an overall perspective, from an overall view, yeah. Majority of constructions are accommodations, some footpaths. A restaurant was constructed, has been constructed at the northwest. Accessible track. Okay. So that's not too bad. Just one or two things that I would change there. But like I say, you need to be a little bit careful here because quite a few of you were stating the obvious, really. Oh, and making, it's the sea was useless. The island was useless. Well, so you need to be careful, right? This one is one of the easiest maps I have seen. It's just empty island. No, it's not empty. Right? So, before and after, main features, there's been a lot of new buildings. There's also a pier, and that's basically it. And then you go into the detail. Reception, restaurant, there's 6 huts here, there's 9 huts there, there's a pier, so you can come there in your yacht, there's an access road. However, that's unchanged, that's also unchanged, but you can use it now for swimming. So that's pretty much it, that's all that you need, 176 words. Okay, hope that helps. So, that's Cambridge 9 test number 1. I'll do Cambridge 9 test number 2 in a bit. And then, once Cambridge 9 is done, I'm going to look at Cambridge 18. I only got my copy yesterday, or the day before, or Friday, yeah, right. So, I had a quick look and had time to go into it in any depth or detail, but I'm going to be looking at that, and I will write a sample for writing task 1 and 2 for test 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to work on those. Okay, so I'll see you later. Hope that helps, and see you soon.